strange balloons suddenly drifted across the sky. Two of the girls were instantly trapped by them, their necks caught in the loops, and they were hanged to death alive. What was even more horrifying was that the balloons looked exactly like the people they were hanging. The remaining two girls immediately fled into a narrow space. The balloons quickly followed after them. Although the balloons themselves couldn't fit inside, the ropes could still reach in. At first, they were lucky. The ropes weren't long enough, but in the next second, the rope seemed to stretch unnaturally. The girls were plunged into despair. Just then, a nearby window suddenly opened. A man witnessed this horrific scene and immediately grabbed a bow from his house. He fired an arrow straight through one of the balloons. The balloon began to leak air and let out a scream of agony. The girl thought she was saved and turned to look at her companion, only to see her friend also start leaking air, her body rapidly shriveling up. The girl was horrified by what she saw and immediately ran for her life. At the same time, the sky above was filled with these bizarre balloons. The news began reporting the incident. Among the countless balloons, there was one with the exact same face as the news anchor, slowly drifting toward her. As expected, the anchor was hanged to death live on air. Authorities immediately urged the public not to go outside. They also warned that under no circumstances should the balloons be damaged, because once a balloon is destroyed, anyone sharing that same face will suffer the exact same fate. However, Jenny's father was a workaholic. He insisted that today's work had to be finished. Ignoring his family's pleas, he stubbornly walked out the door. He covered his neck with both hands and sprinted forward with all his strength. But the balloon had no intention of sparing its prey. The rope suddenly tightened around his neck, and he was lifted into the air. Jenny's family could only watch from the window as he was hanged, but staying indoors forever wasn't an option either. Without food, they would eventually starve. So Jack decided to go out and look for supplies. Jack believed he could definitely dodge those ropes. Before leaving, he even took an umbrella with him. The moment he stepped outside, a balloon floated directly in front of him. Without hesitation, Jack threw the umbrella straight at the noose. But Jack never came back. His mother lost all hope for life and walked outside herself. In the end, she couldn't escape either. Now, only Jenny was left. She curled up in a corner of the house, trembling in fear. Outside the window, her mother's voice kept calling out, telling Jenny to come outside, to stop being stubborn and alone. Jenny shook uncontrollably in terror. At that moment, Jack's voice suddenly rang out, saying he had finally brought food back, and told Jenny to hurry and open the window, to let him in. Overwhelmed with excitement, Jenny immediately opened the window, but Jack had already been killed. In the end, Jenny couldn't escape her fate either.